Let's be honest. Most people can't stand silence. The moment there's a pause in a conversation, they rush to fill it with words, jokes, or nervous laughter. They feel the tension of quiet moments and instantly mistake it for awkwardness. But what if that silence wasn't awkward at all? What if it was power? What if the people who truly stand out, the confident, charismatic, mysterious ones, are those who know when not to speak? In a world where everyone's fighting to be heard, silence has become rare. And because it's rare, it's powerful. The truth is, people who master silence never need to demand attention. They simply draw it. They speak less, but every word lands harder. They don't fill space, they own it. Think about the most confident person you've ever met. They don't rush. They don't talk just to talk. They pause, they take their time. They look at you, they breathe, and then they speak. Calmly, deliberately, like every word matters. That's because they understand something most people don't. Silence isn't empty. It's full of presence. It's full of energy. It's what makes people listen. When you're comfortable with silence, people subconsciously sense it. It tells them, this person doesn't need to prove anything. It's why powerful speakers, leaders, and even lovers use silence as a tool. They don't see it as a void to be filled. They see it as a weapon to be wielded. The silent pause technique is simple, but incredibly effective. It's about using intentional pauses, small, deliberate moments where you let silence do the talking. It's a subtle art that transforms how others perceive you. When you pause before speaking, you show control. You make people lean in, waiting for what you'll say next. When you pause after saying something meaningful, you give your words time to sink in. And when you pause in emotional moments, instead of reacting impulsively, you show calm strength. Silence becomes a kind of punctuation, a rhythm that gives your message weight and depth. But here's the problem. Most people talk because they're afraid not to. They fear being misunderstood, ignored, or forgotten. So they fill every second with noise. They talk to cover discomfort, to escape vulnerability. But constant talking doesn't make you confident. It makes you look desperate for validation. True confidence is the opposite. It's the ability to sit in silence and feel no need to fill it. Psychologically, silence has a fascinating effect on the human brain. When you speak and then pause, your listener's attention sharpens. Their brain starts to anticipate your next words. That anticipation creates tension, not the negative kind, but the magnetic kind. It's the same tension you feel in a movie before a big reveal, or between two people who are deeply attracted to each other but haven't touched yet. Silence builds that tension. It draws people in emotionally, and it makes your presence impossible to ignore. Think about great speakers like Barack Obama or Steve Jobs. They use pauses like punctuation. After key phrases, they let silence hang in the air, and the audience leans in. That's not an accident. That's mastery. Even in film, the most powerful moments are often the quiet ones. A pause before a confession, a silence after a truth bomb, a breath before a decision. That's when we feel something. In everyday life, it works the same way. Imagine you're talking to someone attractive. Most people rush to speak, trying to sound funny, smart, or charming. But if you stay calm, pause before you reply, hold eye contact, and then speak slowly, something shifts. The energy changes. That small moment of silence creates mystery. It says, I'm present. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just here. That's what draws people in, not effort, energy. There are 3 psychological effects behind the power of silence. First, it creates positive tension. When you pause, you make people wait, and waiting makes them curious. They start wondering, what's he thinking? What's she about to say? That curiosity keeps them emotionally engaged. Second, it shows emotional control. Anyone can talk when they're nervous, but it takes strength to pause. It signals composure. It says, I don't react, I respond. And third, it gives your words weight. When you speak less, each sentence carries more meaning. Silence is not absence, it's emphasis. So how do you actually practice this in real life? Start small. Next time someone asks you a question, don't answer immediately. Take a breath, think, then speak. That single second of silence changes how your answer lands. It makes you sound more thoughtful, more self-assured. Then start using pauses after important sentences. If you're telling a story or explaining something deep, stop for 2 or 3 seconds after a key line. Let it sit. Let the listener process it. That's how you turn a sentence into a moment. Control your breathing. Nervous people breathe fast. Confident people breathe slow. When you slow your breath, your rhythm of speaking naturally slows too. You sound calmer, more grounded. Silence will start to happen naturally. And finally, embrace discomfort. Silence will feel awkward at first. You'll feel like you're losing people's attention. But that's just your fear talking. In reality, they're listening harder than ever. The more you practice it, the more natural it feels. Soon, the same silence that used to scare you will become your greatest tool. Because here's the truth. Silence works everywhere. In dating, it builds attraction. In leadership, it commands respect. In conflict, it gives you control. In personal growth, it teaches you to reflect instead of react. It's universal. Once you understand how to use silence, you can navigate any situation with calm authority. Imagine this. Someone insults you in public. Most people would rush to defend themselves, to prove their point. But if you simply pause, breathe, and stay silent, it changes everything. The tension flips. They start feeling awkward. They start over-explaining. Your silence becomes the loudest message in the room. I'm not affected. That's power. In a world that never stops talking, silence is your secret weapon. It separates the powerful from the desperate, the calm from the chaotic. It makes people see you differently, not as someone who tries to be important, but as someone who already is. So next time you speak, don't rush. Pause. Let silence breathe between your words. Let it carry your energy, because real confidence isn't about saying more. It's about knowing when to say nothing at all. And if you found this message powerful, go watch my next video, The Power of Staying Silent When You're Angry. It'll teach you how silence can protect your peace, control your emotions, and make you unshakable from within.